Hey guys, around week 4 for most of you, it's going to be the time for you to set up your discussion-based assessment as well as take your exam. I wanted to show you how to set up a discussion-based assessment and how to figure out what you need to study for a discussion-based assessment. So first off, if you check on your pace charts, I'm doing this for chemistry right now. I'm going to do the same thing for physical science afterwards. So for chemistry, right, you'll see week 4, it's time for the matter discussion-based assessment, all right? And if you go to your lessons, if it'll load, there we go. When we get to that point, look at that, matter discussion-based assessment. A couple things. So it's the review page for matter. So looks like you have a review that you can take here if you want to, and I would suggest doing that. Looks like it's slide 1 of 15, so you got 15 questions. All right, there's one for standard and honors. Here's the big part where people get a little bit confused. It says, please contact your instructor to complete your discussion-based assessment. You and your instructor will have a conversation based on the material you have learned to ensure you're ready to move on. It even gives you a grading rubric. That's pretty nice. So this lets you know how I'm going to be scoring you. All right, a skilled chemist, developing, and novice. All right, make sure you're somewhere around here. So you can check that out. Okay, the very end of the rubric, yeah. Okay, so it's just telling you, hey, it's time to set up your discussion-based assessment. Here's how you're going to do that, all right? You're going to go back home to your course page. You're going to schedule an appointment. And it's a DBA, right? Because that's what we're doing. So it's going to be a DBA, and then you put in all your information. I'm not going to do that, obviously, because, well, you know, I'm not going to call myself. But you set that up, and that'll let me know when to call you, right? And then I'll go into my bookify, and I'll say, look, let's pretend that Destiny right here, instead of a welcome call, let's pretend it's a DBA. I'll say, look, they got a DBA. And I'll call her, and then over those 15 minutes, I will ask you a few questions about your assignment. Now, I'm sorry, not assignment, about your module, about the concepts in the module you've been going over. So if you're not sure about exactly like what's going to be on the module or on the discussion-based assessment, it's kind of all fair game, right? Like I might ask you everything about matter. I'm gonna ask you like maybe 5 questions, but here is some review topics for you. If you go, right, if you're in your chemistry and you go to the modules, you'll see DBA review topics and an exam review. That's nice. And this is it just has a bunch of questions. And my questions probably won't be as intense, but, you know, it even has an answer key. That's kind of nice. But this will give you a good idea of what kind of questions that I'll ask you. Like I might ask you about one of the steps on the scientific method. In fact, I definitely will be asking you one of those. So here's some questions for you. All right. Now, when you are finished, or when we're finished with the call, you're going to turn this assignment in. And I know that sounds kind of weird because, like, how do you turn in a discussion-based assessment? What you're going to do is you're going to go to your assessments. And let's see, where is it? Right here. Matter discussion-based assessment. You're going to click on that. You'll notice there are student comments. So the only thing you really have to put here that I would recommend is just the date and the time that we did this this discussion-based assessment. So let's say we had this call on a Wednesday. In fact, actually, let's say it was, let's just say it's today. Today's the 31st. So let's say we have it today on the 31st. And we had our conversation at 12:30 p.m. Great. You just write that down. That's all I need from you. That's all I need from you. You don't have to upload any files. You're just going to submit for grading and then blop. And then just click that, right? And then I'll go and grade it and I'll tell you how well you did. And you'll notice, well, it doesn't really show you, but I believe you have 3 attempts at this. So even if you do very terribly the first time, you'll have 2 more tries once I grade it. You can go back in and try and resubmit it, okay? For chemistry, that is for chemistry. So if you are in my chemistry class, that's all you need to watch. You can stop watching. If you're in my physical science, it's time to, now it's time to start. So let's go to physical science. And let's see what that looks like here. So first off, let's look at a pace chart for physical science. A week 4, it looks like 01.07 is when we have our discussion-based assessment. Okay, so that's around when you should be setting up a call with me. And if you're not, I'll probably contact you and be like, hey, where is it? Where's your discussion-based assessment appointment? All right, we're going to go to lessons. Well, we're going to try and go to lessons. Oh, there we go. And let's see, where is it? Ah, look, there's even a lesson here. Motion discussion-based assessment. Let's see what kind of stuff there is in here. All right, looks like it gives us a video, so you can watch that if you want. Even blah, blah, blah. Objectives. After completing this lesson, you'll be able to discuss the topics covered in the module with your instructor. Okay, this is, oh, there's another page. Let's go to another page. Okay, and look, it even tells you what topics I might go over. That's pretty cool, right? It goes over all the topics that are going to be, that I might discuss with you. I'm going to ask you about maybe 5 questions, all right? There's even a grading rubric here for you that you can look at. Ooh, and it shows you, you know, the basic rubric, like, okay, let's say you somewhat show an understanding. Well, I'm going to give you somewhere between 17 and 12 points, depending on how well you did. All right, so you want to be in this area, obviously. You want to be in the excellent range, but, you know, you got 3 tries, so. Okay, so that's, you know, that's a good way to study for this. Another good way to study for your discussion-based assessment is if you go back home. If we click on the motion module, if you look here at the very end, it has a review for you. It even has a, oh, whoops. Sorry. It even has an exam review. Let's click on the DBA one. Oh, look at that. It tells you, oh, this is pretty much the same stuff that's in the lesson, I think, but there's, you know, there it is right there for you. So this will tell you what you need to study for, which is great. Now you just need to know how do I even set up this call? And here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to the schedule appointment button. You're going to click DBA, right? Because that's the type of call, DBA. And, you know, just figure out what day is good for you. Well, August is over, so let's do, I don't know why it skipped all the way. Let's do maybe September 9th. That's good for me, yada, yada. You know, just set up a day that's good for you and we'll have this call. Try and set it on a day that's on your week 4. That'd be great. But yeah, you'll set it up and then I'll, you know, call you at that time and we'll have a discussion. And depending on how well I think you did, you'll have passed. But you're not done yet because you need to actually turn in this assignment. And I know that sounds weird, but here's how you're going to do that. Go to your assessments. Where is it? Okay, right here. Motion discussion-based assessment. Click on that. There are student comments and there's file upload that's optional. You're not going to upload any files, obviously, because we just talked on the phone. For comments, here's what I want you to do. I want you to pick the date that we had the call. So let's say, I don't know, let's say it was the 3rd of September. Okay, so that's the date. And then just the time. So let's say it was 12:30 p.m. That's what I'd write down. You know, it's going to be different for you, obviously. All right, and then you'll click submit, and then you'll click the submit for grading button. I'm not going to do that because I don't have anything to submit. And then I'll grade it, and I'll see how, you know, I'll give you points on it. If you don't like how you did, you can always resubmit the assignment after the fact, okay? So that's how you do it. I hope this helped.